What's going on, everybody? You are now tuned in to the Triple M Boxing Channel, your source for all your boxing needs. And this Saturday, Mexican Independence Day, we got a beautiful fight card coming up, man. I'm extremely excited. We're just blessed, man. We're just blessed from top to bottom. It's fully stacked. When we're talking about this off camera, it's like, dude, you got. Well, we'll go over it now. We'll go over who's
Yeah,
fighting. We got Roman Villa versus Ricardo Salas, Stephen Fulton versus Carlos Castro, our boy Rolando Romero versus Manuel Jaimes, Caleb Plant versus Trevor McCumbee, Erislandy Lara versus Danny Garcia, and last but not least, the legend himself, Canelo
cinnamon.
versus Berlanga. Bro, fully stacked from top to bottom. It's truly going to be a great night, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree, man. One thing that boxing has been really good to us. Turkey has been blessing us with fights. So one thing,
Yeah.
when you see these cards, you gotta like top it up every time, and that's what's
Bro,
happening, right? So these are
yeah.
big names in the card. Who would have thought? You have a Caleb Plant, Rolly Romero, Stephen Fulton, Danny Garcia and Canelo Alvarez all fighting at one night. Usually they're all in separate main events.
Yeah.
But this card is really stacked, so you'll know guys that are fighting from like the start of the main event. I mean, the start of the pay per view till the end. So I think it's a good way to actually set up an event. Although I think for the three guys, Cool Boy, Rolly, and Caleb Plant. These are stay busy fights and actually tune-up fights, in my opinion. They're coming off losses, but it'll be a good test to see where they're at in their careers, and it's interesting to see what's going to happen after. But we will focus on the two fights, the co-main and the main event. But we'll start with the co-main. We have Erislandy Lara, 30 wins, 18 by KOs, 3 losses against Danny Garcia. He has 37 wins, 3 losses with 21 KOs. And this is for Lara's title at a catch weight at 155, man. So let's break this down. What do you think?
Man, Laura, he's going to be a big, big problem for Danny Garcia, man. That Cuban style is just something different. We saw this in the Zarafa fight. I thought Zarafa was going to take it. But lo and behold, bro, he put him away
Pretty pretty quick.
pretty quick. And the other big thing, real quick, is Garcia hasn't fought in a long time.
Yep.
Bro, it's been at
Activity.
least what 2 years against the last fight was against Benavides.
Yep. Yep.
That's we'll see if ring rust is real. We'll see if he still has it. Because bro, 2 years of not being busy, not being in the ring, you're gonna be hella rusty against an
Yep.
absolute weapon in Laura.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, what a way to say welcome back, you know?
Yeah, it's I mean, I'll say the same thing. It's going to be a tough fight for Danny Garcia. Number one is he's offered 2 years. Um, he moved up his last fight against Jose Benavides. Although he did look good, he got the
Mhm.
W. But you can argue it was against Jose Benavides that's on been on the decline. Now he's gonna fight a guy that's pretty that just fought, pretty active, a bigger guy, a guy that fought at 160, and he's just a naturally bigger guy and a slick guy. So one thing with Lara is boxing is what he knows, that Cuban style. He knows how to put the pressure while being one of the most technical fighters out there. Lara's been in the ring with, man, you name it, Jared Hurd, Canelo Alvarez, and you can argue that he would have he beat Canelo Alvarez. That's an argument that you can make. It wasn't a wash. It was a really close fight, I guess. Again against a Canelo. So in terms of experience, I think it's kind of neck to neck with Lara. Give Lara a little bit of an edge just because he's been fighting bigger guys. With Danny Garcia, though, don't count him out because he still has that timing. Oh, assuming he has the timing and his power carries up. Also, Danny Garcia's experience is good. You know, he fought with the likes of Thurman, Porter, Errol Spence, Amir Khan, Eric Morales. Man, he's fought them all too. Again, at a lower weight class. So, you know, in my prediction, man, I have Lara winning by a close decision. I I don't see him knocking down or knocking out Danny Garcia because Danny Garcia's got one hell of a chin. Man, this guy took punches from all the big punchers at
Yeah.
welterweight. He fought Errol Spence. He fought, you know what I mean? He fought Keith Thurman, like a prime Keith Thurman, and he didn't get hurt once. So I expect Danny Garcia to hold his ground, give it his all. But I see a close fight, and I see Lara winning just by activity and just being a little bit more technical and a little bit bigger the fight night.
I agree, man. It's gonna be such a close fight. Like, I agree with you too. Like, Lara does definitely have the edge. Of course, Garcia's gonna have his moments too. But man, Lara's style is just something different. He's really gonna give Garcia a problem. Is he gonna knock Garcia out? Probably not. Will there be probably a knockdown? Perhaps, right? But in the end, I think Lara will always get the best of the exchanges and just
Yeah.
take the dub home. In my opinion, man. You know.
Yep. Now it'll be a good fight, man. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Now the main event, the fight that everybody's excited for. Saul
Really?
Canelo Alvarez versus Edgar Berlanga. Well, I'm all right about it, you know. But
And it's a
why
Canelo
I'm
fight.
excited exactly? But
It's a
why I'm
Canelo
excited
fight.
is because like I wanted to see Berlanga get tested. You know, he's doing
Oh, for sure.
all this
That's
talking. You know,
that's given in this fight. That's for sure a given this fight. But yeah,
yeah.
Canelo Alvarez. I mean Berlanga. Let's start with Berlanga. He's 22-0, 17 KOs. Let's not forget. I think his first 16 or 15 fights. Correct me if I'm wrong. The first 15 fights, it was all knockouts in the first round, 15 or 16 until it was broken. So without a doubt, he has the power. Again, but he's going against the Canelo Alvarez, 61 wins, 2 KOs. I mean, two losses, two draws, 39 KOs. He arguably, in my opinion, I think he has the best resume in boxing. So let's break it down, man. What do you start this one?
Man, the first notable thing when you're breaking down this fight, when you're looking over Canelo, looking over Berlanga, Canelo by far, he has the best resume. I would say arguably the best experience right now
Oh yeah,
compared to Berlanga. Oh, it's like this. Not even
I
close. There's a huge gap.
I was gonna ask you that question. I was gonna just be like, breaking it down, but like comparing achievements is obviously pretty obvious. Like let me rephrase the question. What can Berlanga bring to this fight that will give Canelo issues?
Let me put my glasses on for this one. Okay?
Not even just like skill wise, just like anything that he has accomplished or anything that he brings to the table that'll give Canelo issues. What do you
So
think? If there's any.
here's a problem. Okay, Berlanga known to be a power puncher, right?
Yeah.
Triple G, what was he known for?
Oh,
Being a power puncher,
yeah.
right? Do you think Berlanga has the same power as Triple G? Triple G in its prime.
It's tough. Berlanga is just bigger, but it's still tough.
Yeah, but like power puncher wise, everyone thought Triple G was a power puncher. Bro, I think it was the first or second fight. He got Canelo with a
It was
huge,
the first,
huge, huge.
the
It was
overhand.
the first one. Yeah,
I
the
remember
huge
that one.
overhand. Bro, he
Ate
took
it.
ate it like it's nothing.
Yep.
Right? If Berlanga gets him with the same shot, yeah, he might be a little bit bigger, but bro, Canelo has a chin. Mind you, that was ages ago.
Yeah.
But still, look at his freaking neck.
Yeah, I think.
Massive.
Man, I think power is not going to be anything different.
Mm-mm.
It's
Canelo's seen it all. He's seen it all. You know?
yeah. This is not like a cruiserweight that's going to be fighting Canelo. Maybe that's a different story, but this is the same guy that was the same weight, and obviously he looks Berlanga. If anything, I'll give Berlanga. It's just literally the size. Not even talking about like
Yeah.
power. It's just he's just a taller and bulkier human being. But At the same time, so was Bivol, and Bivol was actually bigger. Although he beat Canelo, but he didn't hurt Canelo. Kovalev, when Canelo moved up, is another big puncher, and I argue he was a bigger puncher than Berlanga just because he's naturally bigger. But he didn't hurt Canelo. Canelo knocked him out, although he was a little old. It's hard, man. It's funny because when they interviewed Caleb Plant, it's like, what can Berlanga do to win? He's like, man, he got to use his boxing skills that he doesn't have. He got to use his experience that he doesn't have, or something like that. That
So
thing killed me
crazy.
because
It's
that's probably a
crazy.
good. It's funny, but I think that's a really good breakdown by Caleb Plant.
It's true.
I think in this fight, and I'm just being honest, for him to win a fight, it has to be that he has to catch Canelo and knock him out. Highly unlikely, but in my opinion, for Berlanga to win, that's pretty much it, man. He doesn't have the experience to to fight a guy like Canelo. This is gonna be his first time, so he's gonna have that
Mhm.
jitters. He does have the power, in my opinion, to be. It's boxing.
Yeah.
If anyone's just gonna knock him out, it's the guy that has a lot of knockouts. So he does have that power, but it's hard to put my money on Berlanga when I don't see him really doing anything different to give Canelo troubles other than the Hail Mary, hurt him, Brock him type of punch. But what do you think?
Man, I agree with you there, man. Canelo's seen it all, right? Experience wise, he fought Plant, Kovalev, Triple G, slick fighters, power punchers,
Anyone? Yeah, exactly.
anyone. Yeah. So
All the
what Berlanga
styles.
has to do differently? Oh, it's you go have to box, man. You really gonna have to box.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, sure, Berlanga might win the earlier rounds, right? As a lot of Canelo's opponents usually do, because Canelo downloads for the first couple rounds.
yeah, yeah.
But when it's time to turn up, man, I think he's really gonna put him out in the later rounds. We're talking like 6 onwards,
So
because that's when he shines.
You have Canelo knocking out Berlanga.
I do. I really do, man. He's gonna be serving the first loss.
Yeah, I I see that happening. I think if Berlanga gonna win this fight, he has to shock Canelo the first few rounds when he's not downloaded yet. But once Canelo established that distance, he feels that power or lack thereof, then he's just gonna push forward like what he always does. He did it to Munguia. Munguia doesn't stop punching, and
Mm-hmm.
he just took it. And I think Munguia can punch, right? So if assuming they have the same power, I just see Canelo just dog walking him. Berlanga is not faster than Munguia.
No.
I thought he would have taken the Munguia fight before a Canelo fight, but he's not faster than Munguia. He might be a little bit more powerful, but then again, if you're not as fast, then it's harder to hit Canelo. And Canelo was dodging a lot of Munguia's punches. So I see Canelo just dog walking him, showing his experience, showing that grit, just Canelo being Canelo, just dog walking Berlanga, and I see Berlanga just tiring out, and yeah, maybe a technical knockout in 8, 9 later rounds. But I expect Canelo to win a very, very not easy, but very comfortable fight.
I agree, man. Now, in the off chance that Berlanga wins, in the off
Okay.
chance,
Yeah, that like I said, like that Hail Mary shot. Okay.
the Hail Mary, like praise the Lord, he finally did it.
Yeah.
What would be next for Berlanga? I think a lot of doors would
Oh,
open
yeah,
if
that's
he
a
gets the
lot
win
of
over
things,
Canelo.
bro.
You
He's
know?
the man. Number one, he's
Yeah,
gonna be the man in the division. So
yeah.
he has a lot of options. But in my opinion, if he wins, I think it's gonna be another rematch, and it's gonna be even bigger. But if he doesn't get the rematch with Canelo, there's a lot, man. A lot of options for him. He has Munguia. Um, he has who else? He has Billy. He has a lot of these guys that are coming from for that strap. So he even had Caleb Plant.
Yeah.
So there's a lot, and I think if it's not a Canelo fight, Caleb Plant will be a good build up for me.
Yeah, either that, or I can see David Benavidez just dropping down and say, "Hey, me next," you
Hey,
know?
that's hope. If he gets that belt, if David gets that belt, then now I guess we get to see Canelo. But I don't see that happening. If it does, then those are his options.
And then when Canelo wins, like, really, what's next? Like, is it time for him to retire? In my opinion, man, like, dude, what more do you want to prove? Like, yes, I get legacy, right? But what else do you want to prove?
Yeah, to be honest, I think Canelo is in a position where he's just gonna keep winning until he loses, and that's
Yeah.
it's not saying that's it, but it's just bound to happen.
Hmm?
Canelo is, he has 3 belts now. If he wins, then he obviously keeps the 3 belts. But who else is there to fight?
Yeah.
And Billy's gonna be like, it's gonna be a good fight, but in terms of like ticket sales, I don't think it'll do better than a Berlanga fight.
Hmm.
Just being honest, although like I feel like it's gonna be a better fight in general. Um, there's reports that he's Canelo's planning to fight in Japan in December
Damn.
and do the Tokyo whatever stadium. So if that's the case, then Canelo's making waves being actual global athlete. I think that's a good move. Although, who is your dance partner? That's always the question with Canelo. And I know he always says he controls his career and he fights who he wants to fight, but who else, man? It's tough because 168, everyone's moving up now.
Yeah.
Either that or you fight a guy that's moving up from 160, and then you get another criticism saying, "Hey, you fought a guy that's too small." So I think for Canelo, to be honest, if I'm Canelo, I'm gonna be a little, I'm gonna be an asshole. Because what I'll do if I'm Canelo once I get rid of Berlanga is I fight the winner better be a B-ball.
Mm.
Because I think stylistically, Canelo can Canelo is skilled enough to hang with better Biev, and obviously we've seen him against Bivol. It might be, to be honest, in my opinion, I think a tougher fight for Canelo would be Bivol rather than better Biev. But I think that I'll be an asshole and just David Benavidez, step aside. Let me take the winner. I think that's a better move for Canelo. Chase another undisputed belts. But what do you
Bro, I'm
think?
with you. I'm with you there. Like, if you really want to, like, secure your legacy, chase the light heavyweight division, bro.
Yeah,
Right?
do it again.
Yes, everybody wants to see the David Benavidez fight, right? But legacy wise, either rematch against Bivol or really test yourself against Better BF. That would
Whoever the
be
winner.
that Better BF. A fight against Better BF would be absolutely mental.
Mental, because think about it. Hopefully he doesn't beat my boy Bivol, but assuming he wins against Bivol, knocks him out. Obviously, he has all the belts. David Benavidez will want that, but if you swoop in, Canelo. The thing is, Canelo can just do that because
Yeah,
if I'm better BF, I'm not going David Benavidez. I'll go to Canelo right away because first of all,
yeah,
more money. First of all,
yeah.
yeah, more money, smaller guy, and I'll go to Canelo right away. So if that fight happens, then that's a good way to top off your career. Win or lose, that's the thing. Canelo is going to be in a position where he can always say, "Yeah, I moved up and I tried and I lost. All good. I'll go back up. I'll go back
Yeah.
down." But if he wins, that's history. Now he has all the belts. Now at that point, he can either retire or he has no choice but to fight David Benavidez or Bivol. But I think that's a better move rather than staying and fighting these mandatories because there's really no one else at the division. Long time ago, actually.
Yeah, man. He's basically Thanos at this point, man. Just waiting, just waiting.
Exactly. I think it's just it's just if he keeps staying, some no name guys just gonna beat him, and I think it's worse than rather you stepping up and fighting better be a Bivol or better be this and losing.
Agreed, man.
So
Agreed. So let us know what you guys think, man. Who should Canelo fight next once he gets this W? Do you think Berlanga will even have a slight chance of knocking Canelo out? No, or not even knocking him out or even winning. Do you think ring rust is real? Will Darny. What do you call him, Darny? Well, Danny Garcia.
Darny Garcia.
Well, Darny Garcia, take the strap. Take the strap. Will he win against the Cuban boxer Erislandy Lara? Let us know what you guys think in the comment section below. And until next time, guys, we are the opposite of in.
Peace.
Out.